time. You just found a way to traverse the enormous lake that spans this cavern on all sides. With the help of Dwar, you fought your path through a band of merfolk that did everything they could to deny you passage into the ruins of a sunken city. Without too much trouble, you fought your way toward the dwarf's self-built raft, and very swiftly killing a young sea beast, you bought yourself a window of opportunity to set the boat out into the still raging winds. For a good while, the storm continues to push the raft further and further away from the shore, and you lose sight of the sunken city, or any land for that matter. When the winds finally begin to settle, an eerie calm begins to lay over the lake, and the boat comes to an eventual halt. Around you, nothing but water stretches as far as you can see, and aside from the false stars above your heads, there is no indication at all as to where you are. And that is where we begin today's session. Dwar, who had been holding onto the sail during the storm to give you at least a modicum of control over the direction of the boat, lets go of the stretched leather canvas.
Well, there goes the use of that.
He pulls a crude-looking knife from a sheath along his belt, and with a quick slash he begins to cut the sail from its fixtures on the raft.
I'd wager we're slightly off course. That storm, that wind, pulled straight towards the center of the cave. We don't want to go there. For one, there is a maelstrom. It's where the flooding originated, or so I'm told. Happened long before I was born, during the Great War. The dwarf capital used to be here. Spanned the entire bower, the cave, side to side. And then in a great calamity one day to another it was all lost. Barely any survivors, I think. At least none stuck around. If you see towers still reaching out of the deep water, alert me. That's left from Barotir. And if we see them, we should make like a rock and fly far.
Away from the towers?
Aye. Aside from the maelstrom at the middle of the lake, there's rumors. Other things nesting in those sunken towers. We'll plan on finding out.
That's fair enough. Do you know exactly where we're headed to? I mean, do you have, like, a compass that works down here? Or, are you going off of, like, landmarks or what?
Well, center of the lake is northeast. So we change course a little and go roughly north. Eventually we'll hit the cave wall and follow along. But from here we're going to have to paddle. And it's going to get a lot more colder.
Lovely.
Beggar, the sail that was being used, was that like on some form of a mast?
There is a little bit of a mast with a crow's nest at the front of the raft. At the top of it, it's sort of like a triangle, this leather canvas, and it is attached to this crow's nest at the top, but not a lot of it is attached to the top. And the dwarf is beginning to cut it loose from its fixtures.
Did you happen to pack oars, or are we just gonna like use a plank?
Well, you could probably fashion one into an oar if you wanted. Didn't figure there was too much of a need. Plenty of wood to go around right now.
Looking at the mast that we have, which would be more functional? In Eblin's thoughts, would it be for Vint to set off of the back of the boat and kick his feet, or to use the mast as a paddle?
The mast has no space that is particularly wide.
Mm.
Unless you were to sort of try to attach the disc at its end vertically instead of horizontally,
Mm-hmm.
it would probably be more efficient for Vin to just use his arms or his legs to paddle.
Okay. Then Emlyn, after like casting a glance around the boat, will just like turn to Vint and tell him to do that.
Hang on before you take that down. I just had a brilliant idea. Before you take the sail down.
Are you sure? I was going to use it a different way.
Well, it's possible that I could create constant wind to push us. So let me try it and see.
All right. I'd like to see that. Oh.
He
Okay, so I
very
gotta set up
awkwardly
like.
looks at this one part where it already like cut the sail off,
Uh,
and just sort of with the knife cuts another very rough hole into it and just sort of stretches it a little bit to get it back onto the fixture.
Emlyn will roll
Actually,
her eyes,
wait.
move over, and cast mending.
wait.
Or not.
Okay, talk this through with me, Evelyn. If I set up 2 tents aimed out the back of the boat and then make a constant gust of wind through them, would it be better just to have the wind push us along or push the wind into the sail? I just realized that like the wind pushing the tent backward and the sail forward probably wouldn't get us anywhere, but pushing the wind out behind us might actually push everything along. I think Red just invented the jet engine. This is my thinking.
I don't know what makes more sense. Because you'd have to.
Like you'd have to really attach the like tenting or fixture really well.
Right, because otherwise you're just gonna have air blowing out of 10,
Right.
but with no propulsion.
Right.
Probably depends on how you set the tents up.
Well, if we have enough wood, we can probably frame it pretty well. I think it's worth a try. I'm gonna work on it a little bit. So at the back of the boat, I want to like create something like that, and then put a gust of wind through.
Evelyn will try and assist with as much as she can.
And I'm assuming you're doing this with guards and wands.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So like
Think
I
about
don't
this logistically.
I don't know if I like need to use a lot of like framing to really frame it into the boat so that the wind can actually like transmit energy through to the boat.
pull up the spell real quick.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, so let's take a look.
This is what you weren't prepared for, wasn't it?
Haha.
Oh.
Let's see if Huxley can keep up with that speed.
Oh, am I still swimming beside you? Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't think it's a super fast. I don't know actually.
Well, it says a strong wind.
Yeah. Yep.
Strong enough to push creatures away, so...
But it's on. Is it gust of wind?
Yes.
It's basically the spell, yeah.
It's only for a minute.
Well,
I
guards
believe
and wards.
The guards and
is
wards one is...
24 hours.
Ooh.
I would say the way this works is that placing this amount of air, it does pull in air from the other side. Therefore, placing it like this would definitely work. Essentially, like a plane engine, where
Just
it
don't stand in front of the tent.
pulls in the air and pushes it out the other side. Therefore, yeah, I would say you do your best to sort of reinforce the tents to a degree where, they don't get ripped with the wind. And yeah, it will take you an hour or so to set up, but once you do, it would create a sort of engine. But as you do, of course, the sail does get pulled backwards, and Dwarf finishes just removing the sail entirely. As you have invented the first speedboat across this
Amazing.
lake.
Are you sure that your intelligence is just like a 9 or something?
My intelligence, thank you very much, has gone up
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
to 10. So yeah,
Okay.
Been studying.
Well,
Nice.
I've been studying with Evelyn.
looking forward to having that thing paddle, but suppose it's even better.
Now, to be fair, I haven't figured out how to steer us, so we're going forward for sure. But
Well, that should be relatively easy.
If,
Now that we have a certain speed, if we introduce drag on one side, it will turn us in that direction.
Right.
yeah, I knew that.
Place our hands down. And assist with steering.
Since you know exactly which way north is, you, with the help of wind, bring the boat into a straight northerly direction. And very quickly you are relatively fast on your way on the water.
I agreed to let you hitch a ride across the lake, but there is a question I haven't asked. Are you bound for Hytia?
Is that the dwarven city to the north?
Well, there are no real other settlements one can reach out here anymore, unless you are headed for one of the far mines. Well, I hear they have trouble of their own, with the blight and all. 3 years, and so quickly it's all gone down the drain. Probably similar to how the dwarves in Barotir must have felt, eh?
I think a lot of people are feeling that way right now.
High Tier is the last great city of dwarves, at least as far as we know. Say you surface people used to have these ships that sailed on cloud. You know what happened to Kar Kair?
Does that name ring a bell?
Is that?
Why don't you give me a history check?
Can I also do a history check?
Yes.
719.
Okay. A 19.
What was Red's?
A
Also
19.
a 19.
Also 19. Okay, then both of you would know this.
What a smart pair.
Karkair is the name of a mountain chain, large mountain chain, not on this continent, but on the continent of Calescence, which you have only heard stories of. Traveling to that continent was a surmountable task even before the Blight dissipated teleportation and long-range travel methods such as airships. Right now, to you, the continent may very well be nothing more than an interesting story. And no, you will not find it on the map you have.
Yeah.
I haven't the
is
slightest idea if there are
far.
dwarves in those mountains still.
Oh, truly a shame. It's the only other great city of dwarves I knew of. There must be many other countries. Going through the Blight on their own makes you wonder if we could talk to each other.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Our wizards just up and took off into the sky, so couldn't answer that one either.
What, like, all of your wizards just
Yep.
flew away?
Uh-huh. Like their
Well.
whole academy and everything. I don't freaking know.
At least the most powerful ones, I think.
Okay. Well, did they say anything?
I'm not sure they care.
I think they were concerned about like the blight or something, and they were like, "Nope, we're out."
Wizards.
I mean, that's totally a paraphrase. They didn't actually, to my knowledge, say that. But
The leather sail, still in hand, Dwar begins to move towards the front of the boat. The only place where, right now with Vince's presence, one can stretch their legs on the raft. He sits down, legs crossed, and starts to cut the leather of the canvas into pieces with a long skinning knife. As you're making steady progress, is there anything you would like to do before you settle in a long rest?
While sitting on the back of Huxley, depending on how she moves, I will pull out my notebook and draw, like from the side view, from the ship. I'm gonna draw like the engine and all of you on the ship, and like make this a really cool picture. And you can see like the boat on the picture. I just make it so the boat is like almost like a 45 degree in the air from the speed and stuff. Like I'm gonna do it a little bit more. I'm gonna make it a little bit more exciting than it actually is.
Alright.
I guess Huxley will just calmly swim next to the boat.
Okay, and you all settle in for a long rest. Is anyone keeping any watch in particular?
I'm drawing a picture, so probably I don't.
Yeah, probably do some watch.
Yeah.
Presumably, yeah, somebody has to be awake to sort of steer. And unless we want to turn off the engine for the night type of thing.
Yeah, we can do shifts. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
sounds good.
additionally, how, where, and I guess that's both of those questions. Do you sleep? How and where?
Huxley will probably just sleep on the deck. Somewhere in a corner.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's all a deck, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess so.
Pretty much.
Alright. Sleep up here.
I mean, yeah, probably we all kind of congregate up there because it's the least noisy place. I don't know.
Yeah, you have definitely this constant just of wind going through there. But being at the front of the boat, also you are a little bit in a draft of wind, as though air gets pulled in to your engine.
Evelyn would probably try and stay more towards the side, using one of Vince's legs as shelter, kind of behind his leg.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone keep watch throughout the night?
I will at least take.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, yes. Yes.
And which order do you do it in? You give Vince any sort of special instruction?
I would instruct him that he needs to keep an eye on where the raft is heading. And if it looks like there is any tower to alert or obstruction in the water, to alert and then take instruction of where to steer from whoever is awake. But if nobody's awake, to wake Evelyn up.
Then if you have your order of watches, please go ahead and roll me your perception.
That's a 17 for me.
21.
12.
Also, before this comes up, could you double check guards and wards? I don't actually know if Rhett can stop the spell. I just realized I might not be able to turn it off.
You could always turn it off, of course, with a dispel magic. But on your own...
Yes, that could turn off the gust of wind. Right.
Yeah. You'd have to essentially dispel it again to turn it off.
Ablin's perception is a 15. Vince is a 26.
Okay. So, specifically, Huxley. The rest of you, the night is extremely calm. Aside from your boat, your raft, there is nothing out on the water. It is entirely calm, almost like a flat surface. I don't know why you put that there, but
Lorana is with us.
sure. During the night, Huxley, just after your watch, as you haven't fallen back asleep yet, again you are looking up at the stars, and you notice one suddenly go out. And then a couple seconds later, flash back into existence. You see this phenomenon occurring more than once. Now that you're looking, a star goes out. Several seconds later, it returns. Then another star does the same, a small distance away from the first. And then it hits you that these stars are all in a line, not straight, but continuous. And for a moment you entertain the thought that it could be a creature, a large creature crawling along the ceiling of the giant cave. But eventually, even as this discovery taints your thoughts ever so slightly, you fall back asleep. And indeed, as you progress north, even as the lake remains still, you feel a creeping cold lay over you as you all wake. In the morning, there is even a thin sheen of frost slowly covering the raft along its outer edges.
Would be nice if we could make a fire, eh? But like on a ship, there is a bad idea. Prefer the raft not burn down just yet. There is still quite a ways to go to Haiti.
Incidentally, I realized I can't turn that off, so if we really need to stop fast, I recommend that somebody just like cut the tent free.
Good to know.
Just in case, yeah.
Also, at some point, probably during the watch, Soleil would have tried to throw one ball bearing into the engine to see what happens.
You sort of throw the ball bearing, and it flies a little bit further than if you had just thrown it anywhere else. But eventually it just falls onto the ground and then just rolls along until it finds just a hole in the raft and bloop, falls through.
Probably no one sees the disappointment on his face.
The day passes by eventless. Nothing even disturbs the silent flat blanket of water underneath the rock. Save, of course, your engine and the parting of water from the boat itself. as you drift ever closer north. Is there anything you do throughout the day?
Does Huxley feel like fishing?
Yes.
Alrighty. The net should be ready and mended as you would like.
I'll dive down. I'll turn into a kraken. Was there something?
I break this, or I might not.
Is in general.
I did not. Yeah. Okay. So
Oh,
the fishing mini game. You start by rolling 5d6.
Oh, that's okay.
Six,
You
six,
get a
six.
number of rerolls equal to your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier.
My wisdom plus my proficiency.
Yes.
What is that?
So 7.
That means you get 7 rerolls. You can reroll any dice and either aim for a higher score or a special result, which is a full house, 4 of a kind, a straight, or a 5 of a kind,
Yeah.
which will multiply the result.
Of course. I have. Oh wait, I can reroll 7 dice. Yeah.
Yeah, you can
there
reroll
is-
7 times.
Is there a straight
What?
in the special roll thingy?
Yes,
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah.
But
Probably roll the 1 7 times to see if you roll a 2 or something. I don't know.
I think that's what I did last time and I failed.
Oh god.
Well, that means you'll get it for sure this time, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how chance works.
exactly.
Yeah.
1,
Oh,
2.
just avoiding the 2.
3. Oh, 4. Should I just go for higher numbers? Or should I roll 3 more times for it?
I mean, you know, 1 in 6 chance. 2 more rerolls.
5.
I mean, at this point, you're like kind of committed, right?
Maybe there are just
Yeah.
no fish in these waters.
Sunken cost. Okay, that was a drop.
Yeah, there wasn't
Yeah.
a roll at all.
Redo
my
that one.
computer's not doesn't like rolling apparently.
I need to give you a dice tower.
It's cocked.
Okay, last time.
Okay.
Ah,
Never listen to me ever again.
it's all
Yeah, I think-
Alvan's fault.
Yes.
Alvan.
I didn't know you tried it last time too.
Okay, next time I'll know better.
That's what I would have done in Yahtzee. Just saying.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
As you fish throughout the day, you manage to catch 5 fish.
Fish. It's not too bad.
They're definitely freshwater fish. The bluegill. Nothing particularly special about these fish, but they should make for a decent meal.
If we could cook them.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
ever
we
heard
cook
of sashimi?
I'll
Not
just
with bluegill.
throw the
What
fish.
if I took everything for a fire and the fish, slipped into the slip, made a fire there, cooked them, and then came back?
That would be
Someone's
fine
playing
if we
a little
weren't moving.
bit fast and loose with the slip, huh?
You know, it's kind of like I'm not addicted, okay? So I'm just
feel a little comfortable.
feels
over
good there.
huh?
Okay, I might lose all the fish when I come back because apparently things go missing.
Well, here's the other thing. This boat is going to move from where you left, and you're just going to drop into the water, probably.
Yeah, it's fine. I just take like a second. It's taking like a couple seconds here, and it's enough to make a fire.
Do we know
cook
that
the
for
fish.
sure? Do we really know that?
I mean, last time,
It'll only take a few seconds.
Right?
I spent there so long, and just a couple seconds passed here. Doesn't mean it always has to be like this, but that's what I've been told too. So. No, it was just an idea, okay?
I mean, I'm not like totally. Oh wait, actually, I have a fantastic idea. I would like to pull out the Hellfire pitchfork,
Oh yeah.
impale the fish, and then light up the pitchfork. I mean, it'll take me an hour to like attune and then unattune, but it'll totally work, right?
Yeah, I guess when you stab the fish, it starts to scorch. You see this like pillar of smoke just erupt from the opening, the mouth and the gills of the fish as you just stab the pitchfork into it. And you hear a definite sizzle. And while perhaps not perfectly, maybe at parts a little bit too much, and at some parts a little bit not enough done, you manage to cook the fish by stabbing it with a pitchfork.
This is definitely what the devils intended when they created this item.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, we don't know. It could just be that they used it for cooking.
I suppose it could be.
I don't doubt Red. It's like a family heirloom to him. He knows best what to do with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this is more a nice insult to that thing that nearly killed us to use it this way. That's how I'm gonna think of it.
Yeah.
As the full day since you started the spell has passed, the wind
I can recast that in 2 minutes. If the dwarf thinks that's a good idea, if Mr. Dwarf. We have another day's travel, likely.
Well, easily. At this speed, probably 2 more days. We'll be cutting it a little close to... Well, it'll be fine. I'm sure it will be fine. If anything, if you could make it go any faster, it'd be appreciated.
I can make the water move,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
I was
only
thinking
for
you'd make
10
the water.
minutes. Well,
Oh,
20
well.
minutes, I guess, every day.
Maybe Evelyn has ideas on like making it I don't know how we would make it faster, maybe.
I think just BRB.
Yeah, I think so.
I could also make more wind for like an hour and 20 minutes per day.
Maybe save that if we get into like trouble to speed us up.
Yeah.
I will ask Evelyn when she is done with her nap. Oh, speaking of done with her
With my
I
nap.
think she just woke up.
I can summon a water elemental and he can push the boat for 2 hours of the day.
that sounds awesome.
Remind me what happens when you lose control of the water.
I don't think this one I don't think I lose control for this one.
Which one would that be? Conjure Elemental?
Summon elemental. Yeah, this one is just under my control for an hour.
Oh, that's convenient.
I also have
The-
conjure minor elemental. That one, I think.
Oh, it's when your concentration is broken, right? Then you lose control of the element.
Yeah, but we're just sitting on a boat.
True.
The dwarf just said it'll be cutting it close to get to where we need to within the time at our current speed. So we're talking about how to speed up.
I can also summon, like 8 giant owls for another 2 hours of the day. Or I
You
guess,
could also
like,
turn
8
into a big
sharks.
fish. Yeah.
I could also turn into a big fish and just draw the boat for like most of the day.
Can you turn into a megalodon?
Yes.
Are these like friends that you're pulling in, or like what? How do you know elementals?
No, I just like.
I don't even understand what the fuck you are talking about.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it sounds great, but what?
Like, I just. Oh wait, never mind. I can't summon an elemental first. I need some gold. That is at least worth at least 400 gold.
What?
Well, I need like a vial inlaid with gold and water inside. And then when I use that water in that vial with the gold, and I like shout out for like an elemental, and I just kind of like, grab one with
Of course,
my mind.
yeah, sure, I know.
And it just appears. Yeah, it manifests.
Kind of self-explanatory, right?
Yeah.
Of course, right.
How much blood have you fed Suxley today?
Not sure.
Oh, talking about blood, and I'm gonna feed Suxley here.
Does anyone have a vial with 400 GP of gold inside?
No.
Maybe there's one in the Dwarven City.
As all of you are discussing,
You
there's
do
this
whatever
sort
you
of
think is good.
unreadable expression on Dwarf's face. A mixture
Like-
of confusion and maybe discussed.
That's valid.
It's fine.
I
need,
miss.
like-
What was the reason that we need to get somewhere at a specific time?
Before the storm again.
Ah,
I think that was the reason. That's the assumption, I guess. Because it's, 4.5 days the storm starts up again. So at this point, 3 days? Almost exactly, I would guess.
we could have Vince paddle along.
That's probably the most reasonable suggestion so far.
Maybe we can train Soxley to like push the boat.
Lynn's is going to. Well, no, I don't think we could. He realistically could probably. With the tent there, I don't think he could paddle, like kick his feet off of the back of the boat.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
Um,
I mean, if he's in the middle, he could like paddle one side and then the other.
Yeah, Wind can do one side and Soxley can do the other.
Suxley's just gonna get squished if you put him anywhere near Vint. So if you don't want him squished, probably not.
Yes. Just he needs to start training.
Not next to Vint. Yeah, I guess she'll tell Vint to start like using I guess she'll take like a blanket or something like that. And try and like make webbing around his hands. Like webbed fingers kind of a thing. Just to
Okay,
give
you
him a
could
little bit
use
more.
one of your supplies to do that.
Yeah. Just so he has like more surface area
Mhm.
than bones. And use his hand, each hand as like a paddle on one side.
Okay. And I'm assuming Red is restarting the engine.
Yes, indeed.
Is there anything else anyone does worth?
Starting to train Soxley to become strong.
How do you train such?
Just do strength training, get him to lift stuff or drag stuff.
Okay, give me an animal handling check, I guess.
Good at that. Ten.
After your fishing, you don't have too much more time. Say. Couple of hours, you just sort of have the insect haul some weights along a string But in general, Suxley seems fairly weak in terms of physical strength. And
For
really
now.
only pulls this tiny little wooden board.
Yeah, we'll start small and work our way up. You'll be as strong as wind one day.
Don't you think we should rather train it to, like, have good aiming and stuff? Because it seems to be able to spit this acid quite remarkably fast.
Tomorrow we can work on dexterity.
Right, I guess that's more my job, right?
Yeah.
I'll do my best, I
Right.
promise.
As you settle in for a long rest, you remain in the same configuration for watches.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Please give me your perception rolls.
14.
10.
9.
Oh, you
Too
guys.
tired from the fishing.
Yeah, been a long day. Evelyn?
I'm a 17, and Vent is 21.
Okay. So you all settle to rest, laying on a relatively hard wooden floor for the second night, softly swaying as the raft propels forward. Your eyes fall on the false stars hanging along the ceiling above. Even now, even though they are probably only a very few miles away, they almost seem as distant as real stars. This night, at least, Huxley, you do not see the line blinking in and out. And in general, nothing happens throughout the night. You all awaken to a freezing cold. In puffs of billowing steam, your breath rises in front of your mouth. Can everyone please roll me a constitution save? DC is a 15. Vint does not need to make this save.
Got a 19.
I
I'm
also
good.
have a 19.
I'm at 23.
I have a 22.
Okay. Even though it is freezing cold, you all manage to stay warm enough throughout the night. You all wake up somewhat miserably cold, but still well rested. Frost has now settled everywhere on the boat, including your clothes and blanket. The last time you had felt this cold was months ago, the short cold snap in the first cave you had entered, and just before on the slope of the mountain outside, when the winds were ripping at your shelter. Your memories of that time remind you again for how long you've traveled, how far you've gotten, and how much you'd seen down here. Even before the blight drove the people to a singular massive herd nested in the few safe cities of the world, there was never too much reason for those of you who grew up in Polythreme to stray far from Polythreme. Everything that could be gotten could be there. Far places were visited via trains, and among those more fortunate than others, even airships and teleportation. But now that the world seems so much smaller, you almost wish you had traveled more when it wasn't.
would it be possible to rig up like another smaller tent? I don't know, somewhere on deck. Just to like stay in to get warm and to like contain heat, like a little warming tent type of thing.
Size. Just mark down where the wind falls in and where it goes out. You could probably set up a small tent. But also, I mean, you are free to set up on this boat wherever or however you like.
I don't know like how high these walls are, but maybe like a little.
So these walls are not really solid in the first place.
Okay.
They are more just railing. Very ramshackle railing.
Maybe like a. That still makes sense. Like a. So that the wind kind of like slopes up and then over.
Okay, so you're trying to design it in an aerodynamic way.
Well, just like so the wind doesn't easily get in. Yeah, I guess it's aerodynamic, but not.
Okay.
Because if I put one like parallel back here, like there'll just be wind in the door type of thing. I don't know. I can roll for it. See how well it sets up. If you would like.
Trying to think what you would roll for that.
Like
I
survival?
guess survival or intelligence?
I mean, it doesn't just have to be me. I'm just like... Let's get like a tent set up that we can kind of get out of the wind and get warm. If anyone wants to help, I'll work on that today.
Huxley has no idea how this is working, but he will excitedly help.
Everyone will try and point out what's stupid from the side.
Okay.
In the meantime, Soleil
Okay.
checks all the supplies to see there's something in there you could build like a little platform with on the boat to make a fire on top of.
That's really smart, actually. That's a
Like
good
if
idea.
there's like enough like metal and whatnot stuff to or I don't know, to create some kind of platform that's not directly on the boat.
I have a cooking pot. Like, it might not be a big fire, but...
You have these sort of tent pegs you could hammer into the ground to attach ropes to. You have wall spike that you could theoretically drive into stone and attach ropes to. So you do have some pieces of metal, but nothing that would sort of create a platform on its own.
But yeah, you said cooking pot. That might be an idea to
So
make a
if
little
you
fire.
take the
It's not big. It's like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, it's enough to cook
Like
like some
maybe-
fish and stuff, right? And give a little bit of warmth at least.
shield. Huxley has a shield.
I think my shield is wood then.
Yeah, fair enough.
Wait.
You do have that.
You have the Inferno Shield.
True.
Oh yeah, I have the Inferno Shield. Yeah.
Should probably be careful with setting that whole thing ablaze.
I don't know if that's the right one though.
I mean, what is better to use as a pan than an Infernal Shield? Like, can set itself on fire. I can set myself on fire, and then you can use me as the campfire, and you can put a pot on my head.
My goodness.
It's not really the concern.
As long as
Wouldn't you rather have the pot at your feet? You don't want to burn down the raft.
oh, well, I can like hug the pot, cause it's only up for like 10 minutes, so it needs to cook in 10 minutes.
No, this is like a small fire to get warm all day type of thing.
Oh,
I mean, I think it is, right, Soleil? That's what you're thinking.
Yeah.
If you use the tent pegs and created like sort of legs, you could set the cooking pot on top of those so they're not directly resting on the boards, and then create a bit of a fire inside of the pot.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, sounds good.
You douse
did I-
the wood a bit extra with water surrounding the pot itself, though, so no stray sparks catch things on fire.
Thanks. Would you still like a survival roll for the general tent and everything?
Yes, if you're still setting up the tent as well. So, okay.
Get aid and assistance with that.
Yes, you do get
From,
advantage because everyone was helped. Some maybe less than others. Well, it's the exact fucking
Wow.
same.
Oh,
but,
that's a 14.
okay.
Not
You set up
terrible.
a tent. There is still this very slight draft that you can't seem to get rid of, as the canvas isn't particularly proofed against any sort of wind. But you set up a tent that is definitely protected from the environment outside.
Then I will assist Soleil with whatever his fire idea is.
Where do you set the fire?
And stuff.
I guess close to the side of the ship, in case something happens, the water is closer.
Left or right?
Right.
Okay. You put up a small fire. It flickers a little bit even as you first light it from its closeness to the wind, but it doesn't flicker out, nor do the flames seem to leap anywhere. And you create a fire. To keep a fire burning would take one supply every 8 hours. So, how long do you keep this fire running throughout the day?
Do we just keep it going for warmth and cooking fish and stuff? Last night was quite cold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
we could. Like collect the coals off it too, or I guess like stack them up to bring into the tent at night, maybe. You keep us warm for a couple of hours at least.
Yeah. Sounds reasonable. Also, talking about collecting Hux, do you have a moment?
Yeah.
Could you like get me a couple, like 20 feet away from the ship for a moment?
Huh?
Okay. I guess you turn into like a fish or something.
Turn on.
Okay. And then as soon as he's a little bit further away from the ship, he's gonna take a little little pouch out from his pocket, takes a little bit of dust from it and sprinkles it into the water, and all of a sudden a cube 15 times 15 feet big turns into a small pellet, a cube of water. Because I have the dust of dryness, and I wanted to, like, take a small pellet of 15 times 15 feet water with me, in case we need it.
Yeah.
Be it
because
like
the water you
for
suddenly
drinking
create
purposes.
is just whole. in the
Yeah.
water,
Yeah, that's why I did it away from the ship. I was afraid for what
Water
would happen.
rushing in. There's still a sort of almost a little bit of a sideways tilt. As 20 feet away. It pulls the boat a little bit into your direction, as you can tell. But nothing that causes the raft to list.
Great. So now I have this pellet. If we ever need water again, 15 times 15 feet of water is like a fucking lot of water. We could always turn back into water from the small pellet, and I mean, could also have a use like, I don't know, when we fight a fire elemental or whatever. Could be neat. Or if we're in a small room and we want to
Oh.
drown someone.
Right out by
True.
Alright,
Okay.
that's what I wanted to do.
Eventually back, and then I start fishing.
Go ahead and roll me your fishing roll.
Is it reroll wisdom plus proficiency, or just just wisdom? Because the handle that's just
Wisdom plus proficiency. I would say you are proficient with your fisher's tool.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Okay,
Holy
7
fuck.
tries. Can I get a 5?
Oh, shit, this might be the highest roll I've ever had on this.
1,
I believe this time really.
2, 3, 4. Nope. 5.
There we go!
Yeah.
5 out of
You
5.
did it.
Oh baby.
Oh, baby, a triple. So, that is 25 times 5. Which is 125. As you fish, you don't see many fish. But then there is this sort of almost golden shimmer you see in the water. And immediately you dart after it. It takes you a while to it. There is this one fish that very erratically swims to the side, changes course, changes direction, goes up and down really fast. But eventually you manage to catch a kingfish in your net, which could be cooked into quite the exquisite dish, which may have additional effect, but it's not easy to cook.
Guess I excitedly come back up and present my catch.
Yeah, it's a large fish. It's like a king salmon, but with these streaks of gold along it.
Look what I got! Look what I got!
Wow, that's huge.
What the hell is that? Looks tasty.
The fish.
Well, that deserves like a proper cooking. I'm not gonna skewer that on a pitchfork, is what I'm saying.
Can you-
Dwarf, ever seen one like these? Dwarf is just...
Just kind of looks like a fish to me, if I'm being honest.
Alright, you are not gonna be the cook for this.
I'm not a fisherman. I'm a dwarf.
That's kind of racist, guy.
There must be dwarves
is
that are
it?
also
I
fishermen.
wasn't born in Barotier. Maybe they learned fishing here, or I guess would have been forced to fish. But in High Tier, we don't really fish much.
What is your specialty? You don't
He
seem,
looks
don't seem to be a
the
fighter. You're not a
ground,
fisherman. So what is your
a
specialty?
little bit ashamed.
Well, this whole ordeal was because of trying to become a scout. I was never particularly good at mining or fighting or scouting for that matter. All right.
I mean, there must be something you're good at. I mean, you build a quite good raft here, for example.
Can we just perhaps talk about the fish and not me?
Maybe you're a carpenter. Father is
It's a big
carpenter, and he's
fish.
pretty good at that too.
What a very nice catch you have there.
If you don't prepare the fish, it'll probably spoil.
Well, we could like freeze it though. It's really cold, isn't it?
Is it freezing cold though?
I don't know. Is it freezing cold?
The water certainly is.
I feel like
Is
it's not a good
cooking-
idea to drag it behind the boat on a rope. I feel like that just asks for
Right.
even bigger fish to come.
Is cooking a survival role?
Cooking would be either intelligence or survival, but with you only really get
Ooh.
proficiency with
Ooh.
it if you are proficient with
Mm.
cooking utensils.
Listen, we have this tent. We have this little fire. We could smoke it in the tent before we have to go to bed.
Smoking it would certainly preserve it, but to cook this meal, you would also need eggs. And
Ah, okay. So
specifically to
for
get
those special
bonus effect
bonuses.
meal.
Okay, so I guess we just cook it to eat it. Nothing special then. Don't think we will get there in time to make this a.
We would need eggs.
Yes.
How do we know we would need eggs? I'm confused. What?
He has a special meal for us. But
Who knows this though? Like, what?
Wait a minute. Hux, can you turn into a bird and then just lay some eggs?
Don't fucking no.
Good
Yes!
point. Does Suxley lay eggs? Is that possible?
I don't think it's the kind of eggs that is for this. Yeah, first that, and second I do
Who
think
knows
it's
about this recipe is what I'm asking. Like, did you?
You probably
Who
would.
said eggs? Oh,
As
I know about this
the-
recipe. Okay.
As the most trained in cooking, I would assume
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
that you would know that you need a certain balance of proteins for this kind of fish.
What if I dive back down and find fish eggs?
It's worth a try. You know, we do have like some cured meats and some other cured things in our regular supplies. We could look through. Maybe there'd be substitutes that would be good. Let me look at that. You try to find some fish eggs, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll go try to find some fish eggs.
Could I maybe find the substitutes in our current supplies?
Give me a cooking check. Which are you proficient with cooking utensils?
Let me see. I don't think so. No.
It's funny. I'm technically proficient with cooking utensils.
Do you interject at any point?
Nope.
Okay. Then
She got Rhett specifically so she didn't have to do this.
Yeah, Rhett does most. To be fair, Rhett's cooked for you guys before. He's not like a terrible cook. He's just average.
But I do have cooking utensils if Rhett doesn't.
how often would you say Red has cooked for you?
Prior
Like,
to all the adventuring,
Rhett
at least on a
personally.
daily basis.
Prior to hiring whatever his name was, I forgot his name.
Right.
The guy that I hired to cook.
Can't even.
Aleph.
Every day. Yeah. Aleph. Yeah, that's
I would say at this point you probably would have proficiency with cooking utensils.
true. I mean, he does carry a cooking pot specifically for this reason.
If you've cooked for like a long time, then you probably would have, you know, enough training just from experience. And then I would say make a wisdom check with your proficiency. Or just choose any wisdom skill you have proficiency in. If that's easier.
Any wisdom check, animal handling.
So, yeah, I'll have a 5.
I mean, it's the same number as what I
Yeah.
have. It's the same plus at the end of the day.
Huxley finds the fish eggs. Yeah, this is we don't have anything.
You
in here.
look
We've
at
got like
what
sausage.
you
That's
have.
not right.
You have honey, which would definitely change the dish completely. That's not. You pretty much only are at this point down to hardtack and some really dry, really chewy jerky.
Do I find fish eggs?
Give me a survival check. And this is not an easy one.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh,
26.
that's enough.
Oh
You
my
dive
god.
deep extremely deep. It's staggering how far down the water reaches. And as you reach near the bottom, you see just the wreckage of buildings that once stood here. Even this far from the center, or from the shore, this city must have really stretched throughout this entire cavern. You look around between these ruins for a little while. There's plenty of fish life that has settled here, that has started to grow and overtake this new biome. And eventually you find some fish eggs. You do not know of which fish they are, but you scoop them up and return to the surface. After you return to the surface, it takes you a little bit to spot the distant light of the fire and return to the boat. Fish eggs safely carried.
I just like slowly come up out of the water with like one tentacle presenting the fish eggs.
What? Oh, it's Huxley.
And I need to look something up real quick. I did not upload this in this session. Actually, hold on. Maybe I have it saved. Oh, I bet I have it saved. Damn it, I don't have it saved. Shit.
Wow, what bad preparation. Didn't even prepare fish eggs.
I remember I was gonna like copy the food bag over and I'm a horrible DM. Why are you guys even here?
Because you are the opposite of that.
You could save the game and open up
No.
Sparrow Sea.
Not if I can just upload.
Listen, we caught this great fish. We gotta make use of it somehow.
Even if we don't even know what it does yet. Now it gives us advantage on attacks for 1 minute.
Right?
Gives us a level up.
Oh!
Only one person. Only one meal.
Takes us onto a different plane of existence.
Cause it's so good.
So it takes a little bit longer to reach our destination.
Immediately teleports you to your hometown.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, back to Polythreme and
first-
again.
Cook this. I'm gonna need a cooking
yeah.
chair.
I'll glance over Rhett's shoulder or
Alrighty,
around
alright.
Rhett's side this time and
The
point out little
DC
things.
for this is an 18.
Can I assist Rhett by like being like,
Yeah.
this is the time, like, oh no, you like keeping time and different things like that, or just being obnoxious of input to add in.
Depending
Backseat
on
cooking.
by how much you succeed as well, you may gain extra, extra dishes on it. So,
All right,
it's
all
a
right.
good place
So,
to
so
go well.
hang on. Rhett is like thinking about this, and I wanted to start some of this, and he already knows how this is going to go. He's like, listen, this is clearly a technical cook. Why don't you take it as a demonstration in the science of cooking? And I will assist as a sous chef.
Is it wisdom or intelligence based?
It'd be wisdom.
It's wisdom based.
I've got a +1 wisdom.
Yeah. Okay, well, like,
You want me to
but I
cook?
can inspire you. I can't inspire myself. The D10. Okay, so listen.
We're charging up with the buffs. Here we go. Come on.
Or Huxley
Exactly.
should cook. Huxley has a good wisdom, right?
But I'm not
But
proficient
Huxley
with
doesn't know how to
cooking.
cook that.
Oh yeah, the proficient.
Huxley would definitely not know how to cook.
Also, it would turn out probably with some like black demon stuff inside again.
Before meeting you, he didn't even know what cooking was. Boy.
And if you like, I can enhance your abilities as we have done in many times in the past.
Is that ability checks?
Yes, it is.
Sure.
Alright, I will cast Enhance Ability for Wisdom, and then Inspire you.
Wonderful.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a cook check.
You should have a +4 still, right?
Oh,
When I
Good thing you've
give
got
you-
advantage.
No,
No,
yeah,
you have
have
advantage
already.
because of the enhanced ability. Not yet, but you know.
Wait,
Okay,
that wasn't
give me
I
a
dropped
real
that.
roll.
Sorry.
what?
Okay.
Roll the D10.
What's your... D10. So that brings me to a 20 with just the dice.
Already did it.
Plus wisdom 21, proficiency 26.
That is by more than 5, but it's not by... Okay. You make 2 portions of kingfish steak. Successfully. If you turn them around, you will see what they do.
So it kind of casts Zone of Truth on someone, right?
Yeah.
Essentially.
That's nice.
What's called the kingfish.
Question is, will we
How
need
hard
that
do we want to
during...
interrogate?
Since we are 2 days on the water right now still?
These do not spoil.
They're
Oh,
magic.
okay,
This is a
okay. That's a
magical-
thing then.
Keep your
Okay.
magical food in your bag.
Okay, next time we got a prisoner... Wait a minute, I gotta eat something first.
Hold on.
Hold
Sit
on.
down. You know, it's an additional mind game. You sit down in front of them, have a nice steak and egg.
I'm like, we made this whole meal, and we're like, nah, we're not gonna eat it right now.
Yeah.
Nope.
This
Right?
dwarf
This is a
is
work
like,
of art. You can't just
what?
eat this.
But it smelled so great. Let me... Just a bite, please.
Well, I'm just assuming it quite literally is like the artificer does the science thing. It's like, no, this is a magic item. It looks like food.
Pretty
You're
much.
wrong though.
yeah, I would be like, you absolutely cannot eat this right now.
The worst of all, it smells like frickin' food. I'm hungry.
Go catch another fish.
That's so brutal. Huxley's like, oh, look at this great fish. We cook it.
You can probably
Yeah,
make like
no.
a little bit of fish stew out of the, bones and the remains.
Sure.
The
we'll do a
remaining
fish
eggs.
stew.
There's still fish left, It's just that these are like the perfect cut.
Okay. With the rest of the fish, probably between Evelyn and Red, they would make food. Like a fish stew.
That works out fine. How many hours did you want to have the fire burn throughout this day?
Probably through the evening.
If it's the full 24 hours, then it'd be obviously all 3 of these. But of course, you can choose if there's like 8 hours during the day you don't want this burning, or during the night you don't want this burning. Every 8-hour interval would take 1 crate of supplies.
I guess 8 hours during the day we don't have to keep it burning, but during the night would be better because of the cold.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Soleil says, now we're talking, as he gets the stew. And he's eating a lot, because he likes fish.
Have I ever told you how Huxley is by far the greatest tour guide of the Underdark that I've ever had?
She's probably the only one.
I wasn't gonna say that.
But she's doing a good job.
Amazing job. This is great.
Is Huxley there when you say
being
that?
literal. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Evelyn, when you cook, the food is way better.
No, it was red.
Oh, no.
I mean, yes, I do often cook, but it was a group effort. I mean,
I hardly cooked it on my own.
I should just enhance my cooking abilities every time I cook. I often forget to. That's what it is.
Still mouthful. Soleil says, well, I'm surprised actually that you can cook like this, Aaron. Pretty good.
It was primarily red. The rest of it's all science and very similar to chemistry, kind of alchemical recipes.
Oh, yeah. I made what you're cooking. She made the other magical item thingies.
I'm reloading real quick.
I mean, maybe there is something to it. My mother always told me if you can read a recipe, you can cook.
You can follow the recipe, probably is more important.
What's a recipe?
It's a set of instructions on how to move forward with creating something.
It's a list of ingredients and what you have to do to get nice food.
Yeah, that's how I knew that we needed some type of eggs.
Makes sense.
Well, hopefully we are a little bit warmer tonight in the tent with a little bit of fire going.
Yeah.
Do you have any stones at all?
For some reason, Red just looks at Huxley, expecting Huxley to have
Wait, what's the question?
Anyone carrying around stones? Just random stone.
Probably somewhere.
I don't
Some
have any
small
stones.
one.
I only have small ball bearings.
Why do you need stones?
Well, if you had stones, you could lay them near the fire, underneath the pot, get them warm, and then keep them with you for a bit when you're sleeping.
I don't think I have big stones.
If you go fishing again, you could probably keep an
I
eye
can
out for
get
some. But
Well,
fine.
I don't think I made it to the bottom yet. It's quite deep.
if you happen to spot any, no big deal.
Is there like a whole city down there that you could like swim around through?
Yeah, there's buildings.
That's crazy. Like, what could have flooded this whole place? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's huge.
Well, there's a maelstrom in the middle. I think the working theory is that came through a hole somewhere in the middle.
The maelstrom came through?
Like the water. But then again, why would it be flowing down if it came from... I don't really know, to be honest.
Maybe it came from the ceiling.
No, we can see the ceiling from here, though. Don't think there's any place for there to be water up there. It's mostly mountains.
Maybe it's just rain from hundreds of years.
Yeah, there's ice on
No, it
mountains
happened
that
in
melts.
a single night.
Yeah, maybe something
It wasn't
over.
years. If they would have had years, they would have just removed.
Maybe
the
there
water
was a
and
big
brought
lake
it
in the
down.
mountains with a dam, and that dam broke, and then all the water
Fairly
flowed
certain
down.
There was not a lake on this side. I don't think so. I feel like they would have known, this being a dwarf capital and all.
Makes
Yeah, that's a
sense.
good point. It sounds kind of like some wizardy thing, if I'm being honest. I don't know what kind of wizardy thing, but yeah.
As you settle in for a rest, do you keep the order of watches?
Yeah.
Sure.
Would you please give me your perception rolls?
Also,
19.
ever since we've been traveling with the dwarf, Huxley has started to turn more and more into a dwarf himself. Like he started to grow a beard, broad, slightly taller, like more stocky. His hair is kind of turning grey. It's like a slow transformation.
Nice.
I
My
got a
perception-
21.
Well, it's also 21. Yep.
Okay.
Vince is 22, mine's 8.
Throughout the night, you all notice that in this icy cold air, there is this sort of almost a stir in the wind. And ever so slowly, a soft breeze begins to pull and tug at your clothing, at the tents, and the fire. As if the wind is slowly starting to build up. But other than that, nothing happens throughout the night. During the last watch, Soleil, you notice that Dwar is already awake, staring intently into the distance.
I wanna take a minute to observe him during that time. And I wanna make sure to know my enemy. So compared to my level and my current HP, how does he do?
Compared to your level, he is inferior. What is your current HP?
126.
He's also inferior.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure he's actually the person he says he is.
For several seconds, he seems entirely in his own world. Before he seems to almost wake from a daydream and notices you looking at him.
Ah, good. We are, I think, nearly there. Hope we should be seeing the caverns north wall soon. Pretty sure storm's still a day out, so we should have plenty of time to get on our way. When you weren't there, you know, I'd fully prepared to try and weather the storms on the raft, but we are a lot heavier now.
Dwarf's eyes wander over Vin's figure and the center of the raft, sort of paddling on either side.
But then again, there is a definite advantage in speed here, so I am not worried. We should get there soon.
Since last session I wasn't there at the beginning. Did this guy say anything about Vint, or was he just like, oh well, I guess that huge necrotech thing is with us now?
Well, he was
He did shoot
terrified.
at us.
Okay, so he was terrified. Okay, then a natural reaction he had. Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good.
very natural.
okay, just
And we were just like, yeah, we made this is mine. It's a construct.
He was more
deal.
preoccupied with a merfolk at that time. Didn't ask too many questions, at least. Long before, as you all at this point have awoken, long before you see the borders of the cave, before you see the cavern walls at the edges of the lake, you notice the incline in the ceiling, gently sloping down, signified by the growing size of the glowing fall star. And eventually, throughout the day, you reach a sightline to the cavernous wall. You notice a significant sigh of relief from your dwarven companion. As you can also see that what was left of that leather canvas sail has now become a coat that the dwarf has wrapped around himself.
Good. I feel a lot safer. If this is truly the northern wall, then we should see. There. Do you see it? Oh, that's odd. There, carved into the side of the cavern wall. That gate set into the large crack in the stone. There is the fastest way to Hytir. But when I left, the gate was open. And last I remember, it was supposed to remain open. It's a little strange. They take him back, there'd be light, there'd be someone there. Well, maybe there is. We should be able to open the outer gates for ourselves regardless.
And how do we do that?
Well, we climb over it and open the gate. If there is someone to stop us,
Sounds
then someone's home and they'll let us through.
But like, how is there like a lever, or how do you open this gate? How big is this gate?
Well, here comes the luck, I suppose, that there are more of us. It takes 2 people to open the gate. But yes, there is a lever.
Okay.
Would there be any reasons you know of to close the gate? Are there enemies that you face down here?
Not particularly. We used to have outposts all along the channel, all the way down here, and they were all manned, but well, nobody comes through here. Most of the gates were abandoned ages ago.
They were manned back when Barotier was inhabited.
Well, after Barotier, but well before the Blight.
Right, got it.
You travel for another hour, and now it comes into your view as well as you travel forward as your boat propels. In the distance, you see set into the cave's wall, set into this large crag in the stone, sort of almost ending in a tunnel in the distance.
Ooh.
Oops. Everything's
Oh my god, that's
flying.
scary.
Yeah.
Wake up!
Well, wake up.
Is it like convenient timing enough that the spell for the gust of wind will expire when we're close enough we can just paddle in?
I feel like since you did it in the evening and it's sort of midday, it would probably keep going for a little while still.
Great.
But
We just have to dispel it.
Yeah, we can dispel it or cut the tent loose. I don't know how to actually dispel things, though.
I can. It's a 3rd level spell. But
Sounds good.
yeah, I can do that. And as we approach, I will dispel magic.
the wind ceased.
Is it a 3rd level spell?
It is.
What do you think the
guards-
spell
guard-
comes cheap?
Guards and wards is 6th level, is what I mean.
It's
And that's
not
what makes it
like
24
combat.
hours rather than.
Do I need to check
Oh, it's
it?
not. Okay, cool.
I don't think the level matters for the spell magic. The spell magic is only that it needs to be a
For each
targetable
spell of
effect.
4th level or higher, I have to make an ability check.
Never mind then. Roll me that check if you can dispel it.
The 6th level spell?
It is, yes. And yeah, and so listen, this is the way I cast it and blah blah blah, and you're inspired.
Wonderful.
The gate comes ever closer and closer and closer.
You might want to slow down your wind.
We're working on it.
Closer and closer.
Yeah, I dispel it.
Okay. And the boat softly
Elvin
goes
to
down
stop
and
paddling.
comes to a little bit of a dunk. As you in front of the tree.
Oh, the gate has these big rings on it to knock on it.
Is there anyone there? I don't think anyone is there.
Is it open above, or is it just a wall?
It's open above. You see on either side large dwarven statues. There's this definite, sort of rail you can see through. Where did this come from?
That wasn't from me this time. But I take it gladly to my space.
Fine, take it. Keep it.
I could fly and take a look.
Likewise, yep.
Oh, that way you can take me with you up there. I'd like to see for myself.
But you
Yeah,
can.
you can. Yeah, you can get on the back of the broom here. We'll be maybe a little slower, but it'll be fine.
You just put it between your legs. How does this?
Or you can put both legs to one side. It's totally up to you.
How do I not fall off?
You hold on to it with your hands and balance.
Right.
In the meantime, Soleil just runs and leaps and tries to get a grip on something to climb up.
You see him sort of move a little bit back on the flying broom, sort of where, you know, the bristles begin to flare to the sides. You get a little bit of more of a stable seat. And Soleil do what?
I'm just
He
gonna
wants to run and jump.
run and leap towards the door on these big knock thingies, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
start climbing.
Do you have a climbing speed?
Yes, because I am a tabaxi. 20 feet of
Give me
climbing
an
speed.
Acrobatics quickly for the jump.
That's a natural one. We're just an 11. Just saying.
Cat's about to
You
get a
jump
bath.
over the side of the raft, and
Red.
you
That's
reach for
perfect.
one of those knockers, which are relatively high up, comparatively, and you miss. You sink your claws into the side of the wood and just sort of
Ow.
slide down the side with this kind of screech, peeling off these lines of wood that is a little bit decayed, a little bit soft and wet. And you come to a stop just above the water, just where your tail begins to sort of dip into the water, and then you start climbing.
Alright. Everything's fine. Worked out.
Uh-huh.
High up. Yes.
Yeah, likewise.
You fly over
And
the
I-
edge, and you see almost like you'd compare it to almost a train station, where on either side a gate blocks entrance.
Oh, we have
through
another dwarf.
this large channel. Yes.
I will set down immediately so that he can get right off as soon as we're
There are several of these smaller outposts. I think 4 or 5. Only the first, closest to the city, was manned when I ventured out. All the rest were wide open. And,
So somebody had to come out here?
somebody raised even all the barricades. This outpost was definitely abandoned, but there are new supplies. Some of the damage has clearly been repaired. There are boats. But then where is everyone?
We're actually gonna fly back down. And how high up are the walls from the boat? Like, is there any place where a grappling hook could reach 30 feet?
30 feet, yeah, you could probably reach to, you know, either side of the wall.
Okay,
At the top, this is a little bit higher than 30 feet.
that's fine. I'll give Hux a hand and have him hold on and use the grappling hook to pull him up.
Oh, does Hux have a cigar?
Yeah. Hux all of a sudden found a random cigar.
Yeah. It's
Aesthetic.
part of his body.
Oh gosh. You know.
Well, there's... I forgot the name. Cat Man on the other side.
That's Soleil. Soleil.
Soleil.
Does he say that loud enough so I can hear it?
Yeah. Yep. Well, I am. I'm
He
like
shouts it
Soleil.
across.
Yeah? It's just about to go
The
down that
lever.
ladder.
Same time.
Oh, okay.
And we'll preemptively go and fly to get
One.
them to...
2, 3.
And go!
And he snaps the lever, and you just hear a mechanism click into place. And then with a groan, this you see the gate swing inward.
Evelyn will have Vint paddle forward.
And as you get inside here, let's take a quick 5 to 10 minute break, because I gotta go pee, and I totally need to still upload something that I forgot to upload. I will be right back.
You don't
That's
need to.
good.
It's probably some fiends or bad things for us anyway.
The key bolt, which is what we're going to need to lower the barricade.
Is Salty back?
Yes.
Oh.
But
What?
I can forge one relatively quickly. Every dwarven outpost should have forges. Go ahead and look around, I suppose. I'll try and get forge going.
You see the dwarf climb down and begin making his way over to the forge.
Hey, should we like shut the gate behind us? Kind of asking, I guess, Evelyn, because she's there.
Probably not. The worst idea. Unless there's something on the side of the gate that we want to get away from faster, but that's not really what our off's gonna help us with anyways.
I'm just thinking there might be some reason that it was closed.
Right, yeah, I suppose we can close it, maybe see if we can't look around and get answers as to what exactly happened here.
Alrighty. Soleil, let's do the thing again with the gate.
Okay, you scream at him as he just jumped down. So he has to climb up again.
A 1 and a 2 and a 3, and we do the
Click.
thing.
And with another 3.
Start moving around, I guess, looking to see if she can see any signs of maybe what happened. Looking at, like, the broken things, or seeing if there's any signs of an attack of some sort.
Give me an investigation roll.
Uh, 22.
You wander around looking at everything. It does seem like some of the spots where there should be obvious erosion have been repaired, but then you come across few things like one of the stone chairs, this brazier, which show distinct signs of weathering. Damage that must have been from a long time ago. There's rust settling on parts of this brazier. Rust that you, for example, don't at all see on some of these mechanisms.
Can I cast Identify on the rust just to try and double check and see if it's any sort of something magical?
You cast Identify and you get no reading back.
Okay.
Seems to be completely mundane. So, hey, what do you do?
I'm checking the crates over there at the corner. See what's in there.
You see one crate that is sort of half open that seems broken. The wood is sort of rotten and it's definitely old. Some of these crates, though, seem almost pristine. But as you look to a way to open them, they seem just sealed shut.
Just as a note, Becker, I'm gonna keep Detect Magic up with a range of 30 feet, and I've got True Sight for 15 feet.
Mm-hmm. Salai, can you give me a quick perception roll?
Okay. $16.
You hear something. You don't see it, but there's a sort of short, a sort of scrape, as if something bumped against one of the crates from this direction somewhere.
Okay, I wanna go into sneaky mode. Jump on this pristine crate and then jump over there very quickly to see if there's something.
Do you... I'm assuming you sort of just immediately break stealth as you jump.
I mean, I try to make it quick, but
Mhm.
as
No, I'm just not gonna have you
soundless
roll on
as
stealth if
possible.
you are like- Do you want to roll on stealth?
Yes.
Or do you want to be like a BAM! Surprise!
No, I wanna roll
Okay.
on stealth.
Give me a stealth check then.
It's just a 12.
Your jump is, of course, a little bit loud. There's this definite thump when you land on the crate. And you look around, looking for anything that moves, but you see nothing.
I'm gonna start opening the crates by hacking at them. With a dagger or whatever.
I'm gonna start moving over to Soleil and figure out what on earth he's doing.
I heard something.
As I see him jump on a crate and then start attacking the crates.
I heard something, and I don't see anything, so if it's not outside the crates, it might be inside of them.
1 second, don't touch anything.
Not touching anything.
You just...
Oh, porch.
No! Oh, that is... Ha!
It sank.
You probably have to redo your
Yeah.
lines too.
It's just grid protection. so-
Yeah, 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 yeah.
There you go. You see lights suddenly shine from the distance. And Evelyn, as you move towards Soleil from this here, can you give me a perception roll real quick?
I don't know what happened there. The game froze. I can't tell if it rolled or not.
Just roll again.
9.
Yeah, you look over to Soleil, but it is very dark. And you just kind of wander on over.
You heard something.
Yes. Was like a... was very... like a scratch or something. Just a little bit.
Like a rat or a mouse or something?
Didn't sound like that. Starts hacking at the... I want to see what's in the crates. The pristine ones, so start slashing again.
You start hacking at this crate?
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes you a little while. You hear thunk, thunk, thunk. Yes. Soleil just begins hacking away at that crate. And eventually you manage to break a hole into it. And it is completely empty.
That is weird.
That's very odd.
From the other side of the cave you hear tink, 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 as you see that the dwarf has begun to hammer away a bolt.
I was checking the crates on this side as well.
You encounter a similar problem. While all of these seem pristine, you don't even really see nails, but as you try to open them, they seem to be completely sealed, these things.
Alright, that's weird. Huxley, these crates are sealed. I don't know if you could be strong enough to open them, but I'm not going to bother with them.
I could try.
You're not trying to loot the place while I'm forging away, are you?
Well, we're checking it out. We're not looting. We'll show you
Right.
anything.
Well, keep in mind, someone put this stuff here. I'm sure they want to keep on to it.
Unless
Yeah,
Almost
sure.
got the first one done. Once we have two, we can continue on our way.
I tried to smash a crate.
Which one?
This one. In front of.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll.
Mm-hmm. That is a... I want to say 12 or 13?
That hits.
13.
How much damage do you do?
It is a 19 damage.
How much?
19.
19, damn. Yeah, with one just hefty swing, you break open this crate and find it to be completely empty.
Oh, there's nothing in sight, Rhett.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Um,
Why would you stack empty crates?
Maybe they took everything with them,
Yeah, probably.
but
Emily's
they
gonna
didn't need the crates.
yell back to Vint to alert her to any movement that he notices that isn't from the 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just to reassure Soleil, and then she's gonna keep moving.
All right, the bolts are done. Someone could get one and come over just for a quick explanation.
Evelyn, give me a perception roll.
19.
You notice something a little bit odd with this chair in particular. It looks almost covered in a web of like red lines.
A web of red lines?
Yeah. As if someone had painted red lines up.
Are you taking long over there, or are we getting this on the road?
Edlin's ignored him as she's distracted at this point. And is moving over to look at
Does
the chair.
one of you want to take the other bolt and go over to the other side then?
Hugs will run up to him and
All right, so
Follow
it
his
works
instructions.
much like a key. You take the bolt, you slot it right into the middle of this gear, right in the middle, like a key, just in there, and then you can crank this crank. If we
Okay.
both do it at the same time, the first barricade will lower, we take out the key bolt, move to the next one, and the next barricade will lower.
yeah. Yeah, we'll do what he said.
I'm gonna try and see if I can't figure out what the red lines are.
Roll me investigation.
I need to like try and see if I can smear it.
You brush along these red lines, and they almost seem to be inlaid.
Sorry, that's not the... They almost seem to be inlaid. As you sort of try and smudge across, all you feel is the cold stone.
Is there anything going off to detect magic?
No?
That's a dirty 20 investigation.
Huxley and Dwarf pull the first crank, the first barricade with this of water just lower into the water, and the raft progresses a little further. Yeah, it's odd. It almost seems like the texture of these red lines and of the stone look different than they actually feel. But around this table, this is the only chair that looks like it.
So, like, Evelyn hasn't budged from inspecting this one weird chair during this whole process of opening this first gate.
No.
Rhett's gonna say to Dwarf, I'll be right back. This is a bit odd.
Leaving him alone on that side to die.
Yet you...
Is there something weird going
Remember
on over
to
here?
take out the key bolt to bring it to the next one.
No, there's something wrong with the chair. It's do you
You
see
know, I
how
don't
it looks-
remember the second gate. It must have been a recent addition.
Something's been
Not
weird.
quite sure how to open that one. If one of you could give it a push, maybe?
Just to say,
I can push it.
Well, we're gonna have to finish the barricade, so it's more meaning.
Salai, could you give me a perception roll?
Sure.
Rhett's gonna cast a
I'm rolling so bad
fifth
today.
level aid.
13.
Again, you hear this as if something scrapes along the floor.
From
Sounds
where
far
does it
away this time, somewhere in the corner.
I know, Beggar, that I'm not detecting magic, but I'm too suspicious over what seems like an illusion that isn't an illusion. So I'm gonna try and cast Dispel Magic on whatever I'm
Okay,
seeing on
you
this chair.
cast the spell magic on the chair. And nothing changes. For a moment, with your detect magic, you see your own magic flare up. Settle. The chair looks the same as it did before.
I move the chair.
It's a heavy chair. It is a stone chair. But as you push and pull, you hear this. It definitely moves.
Do the red lines stay with the chair?
Mm-hmm.
But do you see what
All right, do the other crank.
Let me try my stealth over there, where the sound came from.
And again.
the lines that
The-
are on the chair? The red lines.
Yeah. So the aid gave each of you 20 additional hit points.
20?
20.
Yes.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Did you hear me over there? With the gate?
Yes, something's weird. Hang on.
Wait, am I the one that's doing
Soleil's not
anything, or-
answering because he's in hunting mode and is sneaking
You're
over
currently
to that
helping him
place.
lower the barricade.
Great.
Do I see the red lines?
No? What red lines? What do you mean? Everyone's just pushing around a stone chair.
I don't see any red lines. What are you
Oh,
talking
they're
about?
right here, and she'll start tracing the red lines to point them out.
There's no red lines.
They're
She's just sort of
not
tracing weird squiggly things along the chair.
there. Is
I
this
wanna
like a
move.
joke?
I'm gonna move my goggles off. Can I see the red lines?
No.
I'm gonna take my goggles and hand them to Red. Look through their goggles.
Red,
Oh,
roll me
what are
a
those?
Perception roll.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely see the red lines on this chair. But
Yeah, that's a whopping 8.
yeah, no, you definitely see the red lines on that chair.
They're both magical, but not magical. I'm not really sure. But here. Give me my goggles back. Let me see if I can't see any other.
I should probably like cover him on the other side, maybe.
Probably.
Soleil,
Good idea.
Give me a perception
Who?
roll.
You.
You.
Oh. Yeah, roll's not getting better. I'm just rolling the same number the whole time. 13.
There's another. This time you're almost certain it came from one of these chairs.
Okay, I immediately dart over there, sneakily. Feline agility.
Give me a stealth one. So, while we are opening the barricades, is any of you going
That's
to try to
finally a
leave?
decent roll. 26 on stealth.
What are you doing over there? I know
Yeah,
it's
maybe,
weird,
but there's
there's-
there's invisible things on some of the objects, and to be honest, I don't
But
know what
like-
Slade's doing.
There's invisible objects.
There might be also those, but there's definitely like lines and maybe inscription. I don't actually know what they mean.
Give me a perception roll, Evan.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing as you just walk over?
Scanning for anything that like all of a sudden pops into my view when I get to that range where True Sight is. So I'm looking for other things that might.
As soon as Ablin looks into my direction, maybe I make
do
a
that. I don't even
hand.
know
I
my
make a
perception.
hand
I'm rolling
sign
that
to
again.
come over.
Um, 16.
You notice the red lines also on this table, as well as one of these wooden chairs.
If I like touch it on the red chair, there's nothing that like happens, correct? Like it's not moving, it's not smearing, it's like inlaid like the other one.
Yeah.
I'm going to move over to where they're opening the gates and make sure I'm not seeing anything on this.
No, they seem just normal. Speaking of which, the next one comes down.
This way.
All right, but really, one of you is going to have to try the gate. Or I guess we can have the boat push up against it. I don't think it'll just open.
Hold on a moment. Do I see anything else over here? More red lines.
Mm-hmm.
Do they look like any sort of design? Any pattern?
It's a web, almost like branches.
Delay is still looking around the chairs.
Yeah, I'm just listening, trying to see what makes the sound that I keep on hearing.
I'll double check over by Soleil real quick just to make sure I don't see anything red over there. More of these red
I'm
lines.
following sounds. I keep hearing things.
Right, there's also invisible lines everywhere.
Maybe I just grab my amulet and try to see if there's some smell lingering in the air that is dubious.
Give me a perception roll with advantage for smell.
Do I see any red lines by Soleil?
Match, yeah.
Natural 20.
I'll
Cool.
point out the chair to Soleil.
You smell the cave. You smell the moisture from the water. The sort of mineral taste that lingers in the air. Faintly, you smell the smoke still emanating from that furnace over there, but you smell nothing out of the ordinary. You yourself have gotten just a little bit stinky in the last few days. It's been a while since you've had a bath or a shower, but
Yeah.
you're
Nah,
kind of
I
used
hate
to your
that.
own smells, so
Still hate it.
yeah. It's a lot of dust in the air as well.
I don't want anyone to see me lick myself everywhere. Never gonna do it in front of people.
Do you fly over? Evelyn?
Hey, you're
Jazz?
muted.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot I was muted. I was gonna try and fly over, make sure there's no red lines that I'm seeing on the gate, and then
There are red lines all over the place.
I tell him not to move forward yet. Hold on. Don't move forward.
You
Vince.
tell Vin to just sort of paddle back.
Yeah.
forward. Is it stuck?
No, there's something else going on here. There's magic or not magic, something.
Well, could you get rid of the magic?
I attempted that and it didn't work. If I touch the door, is it there? Is it an illusion?
You touch the door and you feel this sort of moist, wet wood. There's no illusion. You have definite tactile resistance.
I guess I'll look over, fly up and look over on the
Dragon's
other side.
breath. It takes so long sometimes.
This guy.
We're safe, but
Ew.
I don't
We
think
brought you
should
here
go
like
there.
3 days earlier. Can't you get with us
That is
10
true.
fucking minutes?
I just really want to get home.
Insight check?
Yeah, right. Insight check. What exactly are you trying to insight?
Why in the world is he being so insistent? Like,
Very
we are here
pushy.
funny early,
Yeah.
and he wasn't this pushy earlier. Not that it matters, because that's a 10.
You can still very easily see that he's annoyed. Since he's come here, no one's really been listening to him. Everyone's sort of snooping around what is essentially, his people's like
I get it,
place,
but
and they're just poking around. He doesn't understand any of this. He just feels ignored.
look, why would there be like invisible red lines in a place like this?
I don't even know what you mean by invisible red lines.
Okay. As you noted, there are some very new and strange things, and I am concerned, as probably the rest of us are, that we are either letting something through or letting something out that we shouldn't be.
Like, what?
So,
What do you
I
mean,
don't
like
know,
what?
but
Like
listen, we've
just
run
3
into
days
weird
ago we
stuff.
fought a Kraken, for example. There's a lot of stuff that could be here.
Oh, the gate should keep most of
Not
the
a Kraken.
seaweed south. It apparently was closed, and if there is something in the water, I don't understand what that has to do with the red lines.
That's why we're trying to understand
Unless
first.
it's like, unless it's like an intelligent creature that did something around here.
All right, I feel like if there is danger here, then shouldn't we just leave?
Probably yes, but if no, then we wouldn't want to bring through like whatever is bad into your city, right? We wouldn't, for example, want to let one of those merfolk spies into the dwarven city. Those merfolk, man, they're they. I'm going to try to like convince him that the merfolk are really the true enemy, which he already hates them. So.
In the meantime, I'm gonna tell Hux that I heard stuff and that it makes sense to keep an eye out for whatever.
He may help. Guess I start
Happening over
hunting
here.
for invisible things.
Like, what are you doing with so many dice over there?
What do you mean? What's your armor class?
No.
Who's
No.
armor class?
Nothing. What's your armor class?
Evelyn's armor class.
16?
Oh God. What were you trying to do, Evelyn?
I was glancing over the other side of the wall
Oh,
to
okay.
try and see if there
You
was
see
anything on that
Cthulhu
side.
and you take 100 psychic damage.
Oh, actually, hold on. I need to change.
Your voice?
Wrong.
Your
No.
voice?
What? My voice? What are you talking about? Stop being weird, weirdo. You're currently flying, right?
Yes.
How far away are you from
Group?
the gate?
Oh, I mean, she was probably just going right over the top of it to look. It's probably right on at the gate.
You hear something, this sort of almost like a little warbling. And then you see teeth.
Oh.
And then you see darkness.
Holy shit.
Because you're immediately swallowed by a massive maw.
Oh.
Would everyone please roll initiative?
Is that a gate mimic?
Then. Wow.
Oh my god.
Didn't I write earlier everything in this room is a mimic?
Mhm.
You see tentacles rise forward as on this gate, just sort of melding out of it, you see teeth and a massive eye. And I need to still roll damage for it. Is there any difference between piercing and acid?
Pretty sure not, but let me make sure. No.
I forgot something.
Oh.
It also gets a sneak attack.
Oh.
You take 73 damage.
Yeah.
Piercing and acid.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You are immediately devoured by a titanic mimic.
I'm hoping at least everyone saw that.
I don't think that's something you
Even
can
if
oversee.
they didn't see you get swallowed, they see the gate moving. Let's see who's first. It's Red.
Does it matter that I rolled a natural 1 for initiative?
So did
Yes,
I.
that means your first attack will be at
Oh, I
disadvantage.
did forgot to.
Okay,
add my-
so same for me and Jess. Okay, nice.
Forgot. I technically have a 5.
Jeez, I don't know. What do I do?
I told
Die.
you. That's what you say. I told you so.
Yeah, he's like, mimic him.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
That is one of the reasons why we're checking things first.
Jeez. I gotta assume that Evelyn's like somewhere near or around it. I don't think he specifically knows if she was swallowed.
You definitely don't see her.
Yeah, but she flies over things. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm concerned. You know, I have an idea. I rolled this today. I might as well use it. I need to get within. Would you say this is within 15 feet of the door?
Yes.
I would like to cast Burning Hands, which is a dexterity save technically, but I mean, I don't think the mimic can move to avoid it.
But all the other mimics in the room, maybe.
What do you mean? What other mimics?
I don't know. It's just a gut feeling.
What is the DC?
DC is 17.
I think between the
It
two of
fails.
us, Soleil, I have the gut feeling.
Yeah.
You see it
It
sort of
takes-
try and move its tentacles out of the way, move them away in the water, but you pushes past and hits the not actually wooden gate.
It takes 10 fire damage, and if there was anything flammable, it would be ignited.
There it's not.
And then I would like to back up and away. And I'm gonna call Evelyn. Evelyn, where? Are you over the gate? Where are you?
I don't think I can hear him.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
I think that's my turn.
Huxley.
Yep. I will rage and run towards the gate. Get here, and then I will cast Fire Shield on myself. And roll a d8 for my rage. Three. Oh. A like completely pitch black creature with like just a bunch of tentacles appears within 5 feet of the gate. And
There is another one.
it's like, you know, just like a kind of almost like a little vortex of blackness. When you look in, it's like a void. And then at the end of my turn, it explodes, and the door has to make a dex save or take 1d6 force damage. And then I can summon the spirit on each of my turns and make it explode again.
Okay.
So it takes, I guess, 1
Takes a
force
point of
damage.
force damage as the tip of its tentacle gets hurt a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, this my turn. I will scream at the door.
You hear a faint scream, Evelyn.
Am I like in? Like, is there liquid, or is it not liquid on me?
It's definitely wet. There's
Okay.
acid.
Do I have air or no?
A little bit, but you're probably going to run out very soon.
That's fine. Then I will not scream back. Not yet. That is not worth the remaining air I might have. They're all mimics.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh god.
The mimic attacks you with...
That artwork is beautiful.
Gonna make a bite attack. To try and swallow you too.
And me?
You see just a
Me.
maw open to laying it. This giant barrel comes charging towards you. It is a 24 to...
That hits.
Any difference between piercing and acid?
Nope.
Then you take 22 points of mixed damage and you are swallowed.
Now you have a gut
Nom.
feeling.
Nom.
Nom.
Is it my turn?
Well,
Or more
as
mimics?
These are all
move-
terrifying.
Now it is your turn. Yes.
Holy shit. Do I take any kind of damage on my turn when I'm in there?
Yes. Take it.
I feared, so...
Which is only 5 points of acid damage.
It still hurts. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use the command word Nebel to turn into mist and float upwards.
Okay. You make your way through the creature's esophagus, and the mouth is not exactly fully closed at the moment. And you make it out.
And yeah, I can only float upwards in the mist form. And as I reach the point I can reach, my speed is 10 feet per round. That's the that's only speed I have as the gas. It's not fast. I don't know.
Pretty much only just make it out of the mouth.
Okay,
Like,
so I'm just in
Just
front of it or above it.
Oh, not.
You're like
Mimic
right on
burped.
it.
Because I wanna, okay, when I'm right on it, I'm gonna, yeah, go back to my normal form. Let me see, what's that? It's an action, okay, that was my action. Get out of there. Guess I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Mark of the Void on the thing I'm standing.
Mhm.
And it's my turn, I guess.
Beneath your feet, as you land on the mimic, you see a couple more eyes just like pop up.
Nice. Just means more targets.
Evelyn,
Yep.
there's some acid damage.
Mm-hmm.
One acid damage.
Oh,
21.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough to have air to cast a spell.
Yeah.
So, does it feel like I only have enough air in my lungs, or is there some air around me still?
There's a sort of acidity to this air. Not enough that it would hurt, but it's uncomfortable to breathe, and probably doesn't last you very long. There's probably not a lot of oxygen in this gas.
Maybe theoretically enough for 2 rounds?
Well, once you run out of air, you still have as many rounds as your constitution modifier.
That's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Arcane Ablation on myself. At 3rd level.
Okay.
Which gives me... 6, 6. And then I also heal from my Moss-Eyed Troll Belt, unless... Oh, never mind. Doesn't work right now. I don't have bonus action. That is my turn.
Okay. And it's turn. And first, it is going to attack Huxley. 2 attacks. What is your AC currently?
18.
Okay, so one of them misses, the other one hit. With its pseudo pond. Let me quickly see what adhesive does. Okay.
I wouldn't be able to... Never mind.
You take 21 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled, which the mimic is going to use to pull you close.
Is that already halved? For the
Oh no,
range?
that is not already half.
So 10.
10. 9
Uh,
in favor of play.
Ah.
But it is then going to try and immediately swallow. I'm re-roll that because it's fucked. Well, it was either a 17 or a 19, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Because it's plus 10.
oh.
So,
Bye.
is there any difference between piercing and acid for you?
Yeah, I'm not resistant against acid.
Okay, so you take 24 points of piercing, 12 points of piercing damage, half. And then you take 16 points of acid damage. And you find Evelyn in a large stomach where
Oh,
you
hey, hi
naturally
there.
end up.
You said 12 and 16?
Yes.
Uh, the creature would also take 12 fire damage from grappling me, and then I assume another 2d8 from biting? Or swallowing?
Yes, that is a separate.
So another 7. So 19 total.
Okay.
I guess I waved to Evelyn.
Oh, how did you get into
Wonderful story. Talk about it later.
Just to double check, did each of you add on your 20 hit points for me?
I did. I would have
Yeah.
been
Oh, I
dead
didn't.
without it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
And
reminding.
Soleil as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
was really good that you did that beforehand.
So, top of the round. That means
There's more.
All the things I was seeing the lines on.
Yeah.
and of course your favorite, Soleil. Chairman.
Classic.
I think it can actually reach you up. Red is getting attacked by a mimic. It's gonna make a bite attack.
Neat.
But it can't actually swallow you because it's too small.
As long as he's in one piece.
12
Excuse
plus
me?
5. 17 to hit.
Misses.
It snaps it. Sort of half rolling, half sort of slipping towards you on its weird tentacles. And that is their turn. So it is your turn, Red.
Oh no, all my friends got eaten. Dwar, you might want to just like hide under a vent or something.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Alrighty.
You see him fight off the tentacle of a mimic. What a huge lunge.
Huge. Yep, there you go. I'm not getting eaten. I mean that's my turn. I can't do anything other than cast a spell.
Huxley. Stomach's
How
one.
much? Oh yeah. How much room is in the stomach?
It's
Uh.
weird because it's somewhat flexible. So
What would
right now, like,
happen-
there's not a lot of free space because obviously, you know, sort of you're held in the sack. But if you push your arms to the side, they, you know, give in. You can make yourself a little bit of room.
Yeah, what would happen if I turn into a huge creature?
Several things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the one way to find out type of answer.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if you'd know. I don't think you'd know.
Okay. Can I... can I reach Evelyn at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I bite the, like, back of her shirt? And
Can you bite what?
transform... Like, hold on to the back of her shirt with my mouth.
Okay.
And then turn into a huge snake. So that I still hold on to her when I'm a big snake. And then try to, like, transform in a way that my head is facing the mouth of the creature.
You can certainly try.
That's what I will try.
Give me a strength check.
As Huxley or as the snake?
There's the snake.
Okay, I have to look up what the snake's strength is. I would have advantage, right? Because I'm raging.
Yep. You are going to need to beat a 21.
Okay.
That's what it rolled.
Okay, 16 plus... it's probably not plus 5, so...
You were kind of
Plus
struggling
4.
with rolling there.
It's
Did
a
you want
20.
to reroll?
Yes.
I only saw like kind of a drop.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't...
Never feel bad if it doesn't roll correctly to just reroll.
Yeah. Okay, that's better.
That's one more.
That's a 21. But I don't know if I need a
I don't know if
22.
it tied me.
Well,
if
on
you
a
need it.
draw, you see the small sort of wrench open partially to the fact that you can see outside. But there's not enough space for you to get outside, as you all sort of see this gate begin to just bulge. And you just see the mouth sort of hang half open as you see a giant black worm inside that is holding Evelyn in its
Can
mouth.
I spit Evelyn outside? I don't know if that would all be considered just me wild shaping, then in that case it would only be my bonus action, or if I would need to use my action to like push.
That would be your action,
Yeah, fair.
to try and spit her out.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'll use my action.
Boy.
Give me... What would this even be? Fucking sleight of hand? I don't know. Give me a dexterity check. Just a regular... You can make it acrobatics if that helps them.
No. Can I not push her out with my strength?
I feel like you're using almost all of your strength currently to keep this mouth open.
Yeah, no. 5. I'll use. I'll use my sniff.
Good old snip. Nice.
19.
With a flick of your head, you let go of Evelyn, who splashes into the water in front of the gate mimic. Immediately, the cold water just pushes adrenaline into you, and well, the acid at least is completely gone from around you. And you just see this mouth still straining to just wrap around the snake.
Actually, another question. Would the fire shield do anything from just being inside the creature?
I would say yes.
Her filed shield doesn't hurt. Like,
It only damages what attacks it, I
Yeah.
believe. It only triggers on attack. Which I would say that from the acid, it is probably currently like always, you know, like triggering every turn.
Yeah, makes sense. So I'll do the 2-8. $13 fire damage.
Okay.
And then that's my turn.
So, Huxley's turn. Looks like all the big things to do.
Oh no. Boat mimic too. Holy shit.
The mimic you're standing on. Today.
Yeah.
Below your feet, a new mouth opens, and it is going to try and bite you.
Mm-hmm.
Oof,
Yep,
that is
yep,
a
yep, yep.
26 to hit.
Yep, yep, yep.
That is mixed, piercing, and acid. 26 points of damage. As you fall right back into its stomach.
Alrighty.
Good news is then none of these are going to do anything as you are already swallowed. But this one gonna go into the water. Because that's where boats go. And that is their turn. That is not in range yet. But it is Soleil's turn.
Was that in one attack the 26 damage?
Yes.
So half that is my concentration thingy. 13?
If you were concentrating on something?
Yeah, on Mark of the Void.
Right.
Alright, I still got it. Am I restrained or something while I'm in there, or can I still attack?
No, you are actually relatively free while in the mimic's stomach.
Right, I'm just gonna start slashing my way out now, because can only turn into fog once a day.
Oh,
2 crits.
if only.
But yeah, 2 of them are just 16 and 19. Do those
You
hit?
need to upgrade your fucking weapon so you can crit again.
I mean, they are already very OP with my kind of character, because they are doing way more damage than a fighter should do.
You do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But there was 2 crits.
I
right
know,
there
but
that are
still.
just not crits.
Still, like, even though it kind of feels bad, I also know that it's still so worth it to keep these weapons. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Then all hit. Let me see, do I use a superiority die for this? Menacing attack is kind of pointless if I make it be afraid of me while I'm in its stomach.
That's me and the Indian food.
Maybe we'll split you back up if it's scared.
Alright,
I
I'm
don't
not
know,
gonna
I
add
don't split up the
anything.
Indian food.
Not gonna add anything, I'm just gonna do the damage. And no double. 43 plus 4, 67 damage.
You are spat out.
That's good.
And the mimic in front of you is not looking too well. As you spit out, there's this sort of wash of blood that comes out with you. As you just begin cutting and slicing into the mimic's stomach. Shredding its insides.
And I'm gonna use my movement to jump on top of it again. Seems like the small ones can't reach me there, so... Seems like not the good place to be, but... better than somewhere else. And yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Evelyn.
Yep. Yep.
How are you feeling?
I'm fine. So I'm gonna fly up out of the water. Play the full movement, so 30 feet up. take a glance around. I'll go ahead and shoot a firebolt at that one there.
Mm-hmm.
24 to hit.
That hits.
That is 13 fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm... Yeah, we don't need a raft anymore. I'm gonna tell Vint to... so we'll go... Yeah, he'll just go smash this one.
Yeah, the raft begins sort of listing to the side as Wind stomps over and then slams down onto the boat mimic. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Say... The lower one is 19.
That'll hit.
Okay, so both hit. Is there a difference between bludgeoning or thunder damage?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
The only thing that would matter is acid.
Gotcha. It's 83 damage between the two hits.
You see him just slam down, and with this resounding crack, the boat breaks, and the mimic just sinks in a puddle of blood.
And then I'm gonna have Vince, I guess. Do I have any idea how deep this water is?
With how dark it is, not particularly.
Okay.
When you were in it, you did not see the bottom with your true sight.
Okay.
So it's definitely more than 15 feet.
The rest of Vin's movement, he'll, I guess jump over here. You jump. And just
Wind
kind of
jumps over and the boat at the edge is just crushed.
smash.
It's already a broken boat and now it's just pieces.
That's my turn.
Okay. Then let's see. Demons now. I don't think anything else is within reach right now. That's gonna have to do an amorphous shift. As that begins to just wobbly move up. And then it's gonna start pseudopodding the giant ape. Slappy wet tentacle noises.
Wow.
The AC is a 12, so I'm sure everything hits.
Yeah. That is 31 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright,
And
is this one attack?
You are grappled because they are very adhesive.
Okay. I do need to know if that's one attack or
That
two
is two
attacks
separate
combined.
attacks. So it's 15 on one, so just the regular 10. None of these are above 20.
Okay, got it.
Regular concentration.
But 2 still, right?
Hmm.
Good.
The escape DC of this grapple is 24.
Oh man.
Monkey cares not.
But
Monkey
you're
is
also not
monkey.
restrained or anything, so you're just like kind of attached with Pseudo.
Monkey is honestly pleased.
It is going to try and eat you though. Anyway, yep, that's it. That's the turn. So it is the small mimic's turn. And actually, hold on. He gets a save. Dwarf in the water. Sorry. Please. $12 you send.
Yes.
I believe it's +5, so only one of these hits you, and that is 6. 17 points of damage as it bites. And then these two mimics are gonna try and attack Vint. What's Vint's AC? 16. Yeah, they both miss. Okay, that's their turn. So, Red, it's your turn.
So I'm grappled by the big thing, and there's little things attacking me.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Monkey is just going to smash this one. $20. I assume a 20 hits.
A 20 doth hit.
So that'll be 24 bludgeoning damage. See that?
Mm-hmm. It's looking pretty rough.
And if that's the case, I think I will do it again. That'll be above 20 again. Only 16 bludgeoning damage.
That is enough to kill the barrel.
Nice. I think that's the monkey's turn.
Huxley.
Yep.
First, it's a mask. It's still coating you. 17 points of acid damage.
17. It takes 16 fire damage on max damage. And I assume I can't constrict it from inside. So I probably just bite it.
Mm-hmm.
Recklessly, so advantage. That is a 23.
That hits.
Okay, 2d6. That is 15 piercing damage. And then as my bonus action, I will make another little void tentacle creature, so it has to make a dex save.
If you create it inside it, I would say it automatically fails.
Okay.
I feel like that's like an instant. I don't think it's that at the time. Like you can't even like move out of the way of that.
Well, it takes another 1 force damage.
But yeah.
Nice.
It would be nice if that scaled. Yeah, I think that's my turn.
Does the wild magic stuff not scale at all?
I don't think so. Well, the DC scales, but yeah, the damage doesn't.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Then the big mimics get to move. Soleil. Round 3. A mouth opens up underneath you.
Hey.
Never seen before.
Ha.
That's an 11.
Ha.
This time you jump
I expected
and
it.
you land your feet wide. And the the mouth opens the wrong way, so you avoid the attack of that one. This one is gonna awkwardly move up and try and attack Vint as well. And this one also gonna attack the monkey. I believe the big one's to attack.
Has Vint taken any damage so far?
Not yet. I don't think they think they can eat that, so they are going to pseudopod. Imagine here the sound of wet slapping tentacles, please. AC was 16,
16.
so neither of those hit. God damn it. But the ones on the monkey do.
Poor monkey.
This was Monkey's purpose.
That is another 31 points of damage. Bludgeoning. And
Two
now
saves,
these
though,
tentacles
or-
also stick to you. What was that?
Is that 2 separate saves? Like 2 attacks?
Yes.
Or
Neither of
con
them are
save?
about 20.
Yep. It's still a monkey. You said 31. Okay.
Soleil.
Alright, I'm gonna try something. You guys like surprises? I do like surprises too. As he jumps off this mimic and tries to get a good angle with his frickin' flamethrower to give a 30
Yeah, baby.
to give a 30-foot. Can I hit everything is the question somehow.
I'm guessing you're trying to angle it so you don't hit Vin.
Yeah.
Seeing as he's bipedal, I would argue that you can like scorch the side of this thing without also hitting him.
Probably hit in here or something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can sort of
Okay.
angle it this way.
Yeah, they all have to make a dex save.
Okay, so they are all different. Let me see. Dex saves +3, +3. That's actually all +3, so How many is that? Two small ones, two big ones. Well, the small ones certainly fail. What's the DC?
15.
They all failed.
Okay. They all take 8d6 fire damage. They all take 33 fire damage. Oh wait! It's a weapon attack! So, if it's a weapon attack, then Mark of the
Yeah, go
Slip
ahead.
also goes. So it's 1d6 more. So it's 3 damage more, it's 36 fire damage to all of them.
You see the barrel mimic just sort of melt in the onslaught of fire and sort of shrink and just, with a puff almost dies. The rest of them have serious burn wounds, but you know they look pretty horrid. They're moving.
And I use the rest of my movement to get up to my friend,
Several new
the
eyes
table.
pop up to look at you now.
I hope you like to play too.
Cool. Evelyn.
That sounded like the laughter of some One Piece villain.
Going to fly down to Dwar. Hook him to my grappling hook. And then grapple up onto the boat. To at least get him out of immediate.
Yes. And
Right, just stay put for a moment.
Right, yeah, I'll stay put.
And then she's gonna yell at Vint to smash the little ones. So 1 to hit to each of those.
mm-hmm.
That's 18 is the lower one. Think those both hit?
Yep.
So 1 takes 27 damage, and the other one takes, 46.
They're both gone. Smears on the ground.
And then
Yeah, at this point it'd probably be worth mentioning that all of this is on fire
Oh,
yeah,
from someone's, flamethrower.
I
'Cause the rest of
can't
this is
imagine who that
regular wood.
was.
and
Like, Ablin, what did you do?
that's my turn.
Okay, so since you are grappled by a big thing, it's gonna try and eat you. Monkey.
Sounds good.
Monkey has bad AC.
Do I
Does a
need to like?
14 to hit?
Yeah, that'll hit. Can I resist a check or not?
Let me
I-
double
Is it like a
check.
contested grapple? Is what I'm asking.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because you are only huge.
Yeah, how dare you be only
what-
huge?
But listen. I'm also attached to this. So really, if you put us together, we might be bigger.
A second mouth opens as you notice this mouth sort of shifts to the side. And it swallows you. That is 33 points of damage. Mixed acid and piercing. And unfortunately
Instead of
for these
16.
small mimics, they're also inside the stomach.
Oh
They
man.
don't take the acid
Um,
damage, but they do take the bite.
I think that's a 16 check. No, it's wrecked again.
Oops.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's a
Yeah,
mimic
look-
in there with you guys.
You know,
There's two mimics in there with
Oh
you guys.
my god. That's
But
convoluted.
I took the damage from the acid before it changed back to rest, so we're fine. It's fine, right?
Oh. Yeah, it's fine. Fine. It's the small mimics term, so this one's gonna try it immediately. Oh, it hits. It's gonna pseudopod you.
What's your AC?
20.
For a whole 5 bludgeoning damage. And there's no other small mimics alive right now, so that's done. Rat, it's your turn. Sorry, what? Oh. Thought you said something.
I'm debating. I mean, I'm already in here. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. It's true.
You die?
No, that's not a good idea. Yeah, I'd rather not be in here. That's what I think. I think I will dimension door. Actually, I don't know where the other mimics are, so I don't trust anything.
That's valid.
Okay, Red's
Is Slay visible?
yeah, he's standing on
this
a table.
position. Awesome.
The table has legs
hmm
and tentacles. And
I
a
think the
big eye.
stumpy little legs are
Multiple
kinda cute actually.
I will then inspire Slay. You can ride anything. I believe in you.
It's my specialty.
I know.
Huxley,
Yep.
it's your turn.
I guess I take some acid damage.
Yes, true. True. Oh, 19 points of acid.
19. Okay, it takes 15 fire damage. I'm rolling really well at those.
Okay.
30. Okay, so, can I, as a huge snake, attempt to burst through the mimic's stomach?
Burst how? Like out to
Like
the
just-
outside?
Yeah, like just push against it from the inside. As hard as I can.
You could certainly attack that way, but unless you do a lot of damage,
Fair.
you probably not really burst through.
Fair. Then in that case, I'll just buy it again. That is a 23. So 17 piercing damage. And then I guess another 5 force damage.
Ooh. Good.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Let me try and do something. It's which folks' turn? It's the big ones. So it's gonna try and attack Vint again. Table. What the? Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, they don't hit at all.
Vint is too
The
scary.
one inside the stomach, though, is gonna try and attack Huxley, and that is one hit. Right there. One hit right there. And that'll be 15 points of bludgeoning damage. His tentacles attached to you inside the stomach.
Oh, the tentacles
Oh, wait, half.
take...
7. You take
oh,
7.
7, okay. And the tentacles take 12 fire. I think in that case. I
Don't
am
want to
still...
return on your investment. It's actually not looking too good.
What happens when you try and eat Huxley?
Nothing good apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Selene, it is your turn.
I'm gonna search for the eyes of this thing I'm standing on and try and hack at them. 2 natural 20s again. Lowest one is a 20, non-natural 20 to hit.
Yeah, no, those all hit.
To be fair, on the natural 20s, you could double the Bardic Inspiration, I think.
Oh yeah, and the... Do I double the Mark of the Void?
That's true, actually. You also
Ooh.
get to double superiority dice on those still.
Yeah,
Well,
superiority
except-
die, Mark of the
Does
Void.
it specifically state that you cannot crit with these?
Yeah, it specifically says that.
No, it says it doesn't double the
Weapons damage dice, but the
It doesn't
others.
say that you don't
Yeah.
technically still crit.
It's just... it's
So
still
yeah,
2
I'll let you
crits.
double extra dice still,
Okay.
even if the weapon itself doesn't double.
I know I have inspiration, but I'm pretty sure this is already enough, so I'm gonna keep it for the big guy, okay?
For sure, yeah.
That's another dice.
Yeah, no, I doubled something there. There's no double in there. But yeah, that's 79 damage.
I love when there's so many dice. The music cuts out when they're all hit. It's too much. Game can't handle too many dice.
Oh, I rolled 2d6 too many, so we should get
It
like...
really wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
Also, if the mimic in the stomach was already there on my turn, it should have also taken the 5 force damage from the explosion.
Oh, true, yeah. Okay.
So I have movement left.
Fine.
Gonna move over here.
Okay, well, first, it's Abel's turn. But then, I do a thing. But first,
I guess I will. Go ahead and do Firebolt at the big one.
mm-hmm.
It's probably gonna miss. That's a 14.
That misses.
Invent, pick up Soleil as a free action.
Sure,
Sure.
sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, call out and be like, Soleil, do you want a hand?
Yeah, sure. Would be great to
Alright, then Vince,
get
pick
over
him
there.
up and take him over and try and smash that thing. So Vin's gonna pick Soleil up and put him on his shoulder. And then step into the water.
Oh.
Yeah, it goes up to about 25 feet.
Okay.
Sounds about chest high.
And then he's going to take his 2 attacks on the mimic.
Mm-hmm.
That's 27, both of them.
Mm-hmm. Both of those hit.
Does the damage type matter? So it's gonna-
No.
That's 68 plus. In total, that's 82 damage.
Evelyn OP, please nerf.
Yeah, I mean, there's this thumping on the door as visibly a lot of blood begins seeping into the water. It's not looking too good.
That's my turn. Technically, anyone can take control of it.
It's gonna move forward.
I mean,
You just have to
And,
fight Evelyn over it.
You see it sort of latch onto the boat with its pseudopons, pull itself closer, and as it shifts form, it vanishes into the water. And then, with a massive splash on the other side, a boat
Wow,
emerges
it copies our boat.
and begins to move away. Wind, however, does get an attack of opportunity as it moves underneath the boat and shape changes.
Does Soleil also get an attack of opportunity?
seeing as it goes underneath the water, I
Okay.
would not
Yeah,
say
probably
no.
not.
Silly would be a little bit too high.
That's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Would be fun if it died before turn.
There we go. 42 damage.
Do we even see the boat?
Okay. Yes, you do see the boat.
It only gets one attack, not multi-attack, right?
Yes, on an opportunity
Yeah,
attack.
yeah,
But then it is going to use the all mimics action hands. So we use
Yeah, more with stumpy feet. So cute.
That chair is adorable.
And that chest. Maybe it's hurt because I was hacking at it.
No, that's the other chest.
Damn it.
I actually did mark them before.
I wonder what would have happened if I had actually hit one of the mimics there.
And then it's gonna move. 10, 19, 30. This ship is setting sail.
Mm.
That's its turn. And then it is the small one's turn. So, 10, 15, 40. Can probably get just. 20.
Boat, you have one of our friends. We can't just let you leave.
I don't know which way is forward on this one. That's fine. And I thought this one is just not. It's fine. It's whatever. It's stuck. All right.
But it looks cool.
And that's the small one. Oh wait, hold on. This big one couldn't have moved yet. It's only the small ones that can move. That is their turn though. It is Red's turn.
Yay. So Red will pop up a little bit on his broom to get enough elevation and cast a Conjure Volley. Hitting that and the boat,
Okay.
which is a Dexterity saving throw. DC is 17.
The boat fails, and the small mimic also fails.
Ooh.
So they each take 39 piercing damage as bullets cut the air.
Both are still going. This boat is trailing blood. And this mimic is not doing too well either, but they are still alive.
Curses, they're trying to get the gate open. You can stop them, Evelyn. You got it. I'll inspire Evelyn by whip section.
Huxley!
Yes.
Now you smash out of
First,
it.
some acid.
Yes.
23 points of acid.
23, okay, I'm, wait, 23, 6. I am Huxley again. And it will take... 11 fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just attack with my axe. Or with my shovel twice. Yes.
I love how you have 2 magical weapons and you're still attacking with your shovel.
Oh, no, well, I am attacking, I guess, with my pickaxe, which is magical.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I forgot that my shovel is.
You know, if the larger mimic swallows, actually, if the medium mimic swallows you, and then that gets swallowed by the larger mimic, we have a Matryoshka doll of mimics.
Oh.
That's the first attack, which is a 25.
That hits.
And the second attack, which is a 22.
Still hits.
Okay, that is so 46.
You can do it. Kill it.
Okay, so wait, math. 36, 46. No, 32 plus 4, so 46. Yeah. 46 slashing damage.
Wait, 46 is also the number. It's not just 4d6.
Yeah, because I have Great Weapon Master, so it's plus 16 per hit, so plus 32.
Die.
How do you want to do this?
Nice.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to use my pickaxe to burst through its stomach. Or, well, I guess it doesn't really have a stomach, but just burst
Yeah,
through
no,
the
there's still
wall
a
of the
stomach in there.
ship's ship.
Downwards
Yeah.
or upwards?
Upwards. I guess, yeah.
It
Yeah,
could be
upwards.
sideways, anything you want. You see this burst of wooden splinters that turn into blood mid-flight.
Yeah, just upwards and then stand on its corpse and
As
hack away at it.
the dwarf stands
Hey, look, it turned
and
into
the
a whale.
boat sinks, which triggers cloned demise.
Oh no.
What is that?
Oh my
As
god.
the corpse turns into 4 large mimics. And they try to get away. Yep. At this point, do you pursue?
Well, if they were all within 5 feet of each other at some point, they would all take some force damage. Which is very important. At least if they fail it dex save.
One within 120 feet of the mimic colossus. So,
Right, at least one of them, I guess.
yeah.
6. Dex save or 6 force damage.
You know what? It'll just take the 6 force. Do the rest of you pursue?
What
I
does Soleil do?
Slade jumps off of Vin's shoulders, and feline agility over here. Oops. Whoops. And
This is chaos.
takes out
As
his
always.
bow, and the ship is still the big one, and he is already about to lose an arrow and scream, "If I can't ride you, no one will!" And then it turns into 4 smaller ones, and he still loosens his arrows, 3 arrows into one of them.
For a split second, As you see Huxley's dwarf form burst from the ship, it did ride the mimic.
I'll allow it.
Okay, roll your 3 attacks though.
Oh yeah, and beforehand I use my bonus action to move my mark off the slip to the thing. Okay, there's one natural one, but the others are 22 and 23 to hit.
Yeah, they all hit.
I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration. That I saved for the big one. It's not too bad. That is 41 piercing damage.
41. 47 damage. It's barely still alive.
And that's my turn.
But for now,
Um,
you are with initiative. You see these 3 just scramble, climbing up and over the gate, making it out. The rest of the mimics seem to almost lose their sense of direction, and immediately they scurry into dark corners and return to their false hood of trying to pretend not to be mimicked.
We should go. We should probably go.
You can see that war is very pale right now.
So you want to let this death trap be here for the next traveler?
We'll just tell them when we get there.
Alright. If you say that's enough.
which will precariously climb onto the boat.
Yeah, there's this definite list as Vent climbs on from the side, but as soon as he's in the middle again, stabilizing the raft on the water.
I'm assuming we. Wait, yeah, Huxley.
Huxley just sits on the boat, like, covers in acid and mucus and blood. Like, oh my god.
Oh, what? Oh my god, Ed left.
What has happened?
That was fun.
Are you back, Freya?
Freya? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh?
Wow. Huxley claps in joy, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear something.
Hello.
Hello?
Yay!
He's here.
My Discord just. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was also very excited and short
Just
circuited.
as you were trying to tell
Yeah.
your tale of how
Yeah, I
everything
guess.
was.
Just saying, Huxley is still very pumped.
And I think as the boat begins to ship out, probably a good place to call the session. I had a little bit more written, but we already went the full 5 hours, so I think this is a good time.
Just before that, Soleil leans over to Red and says, Now I know why he doesn't consider himself a good scout. He didn't see this one coming.
Ratton's like, yeah. And then he turns to Evelyn and is like, weird day. And then heals Evelyn. That's all he's got to say.
Thank you guys for a session, and